Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You could find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, my man. How you doing tonight?
Not good.
Not good? Why? What's the matter?
No. The NBA is a joke.
Yeah.
NBA is a joke.
Well,
we need to create an ABA like back in the day. We need to hold a league. We need to have a league of about 10 teams, and then a league with the rest of them, because right now, as we stand, there's one team and one team only that's gonna win. I mean, it's just locked in stone. Why even play a fucking season? I mean, it's a joke. This is not the NBA that I've loved my entire life. It is just not. This is a joke. There's one team and one team only. No team has a chance. Zero team has a chance of beating them 4 out of 7 times. Just lock it up. It's over. Why even play? There's no reason to play. There's no reason to watch. This is gonna destroy the NBA. Anybody that really doesn't care much, they're not going to care at all. People like me that live and breathe this is my life, this is everything to me, I'm going to care. But really, at the end of the day, doesn't even matter. Zero, it matters none. Zero. It's over. It's finito. The season's over. Why even play? $5 million? Get out of here, man. It's a joke, man. It's a joke.
Yeah. I got to say, man, that rant right there got me really excited. I know this is off topic, but got me really excited for NBA DFS, because you guys have, those of you that didn't see us during basketball, you have not seen a passionate man until you have seen CashinDFS talk about basketball. And that was a little taste. But in the middle of NBA DFS, you have not seen passion for a sport like Cash has. And that was awesome, Cash. That gave me that. Like, I just had a flashback of you talking about Boogie, talking about Lance Stevens, like some of the narratives and whatnot. That was nice. But I agree with you. It definitely. I mean, that was the problem with the NBA the whole time. That's like the issue why people aren't interested. Like, it's the same thing. Like, even there's so many people where it's like, if their team is bad, which chances are they are, because there are only 4 teams that are going to be competitive. It's hard to care when you feel like you already know the winner. Like, part of watching sports is like the unpredictable. It's supposed to be a little unpredictable, so it's exciting. Upsets happen, and that's just not really going to happen. I mean, it's like
why would just any team? It really doesn't matter. Memphis, whoever. Just pick a team. Why would anybody spend $250,000 on season tickets when it's just like, I'd be like, nah, man, hit me up in a couple years when I actually have a league to watch. Like, this is a joke. Yeah. It's a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, even Minnesota, like, teams that are good, they just have no chance. It's just why? It pisses me off, man. This is not the NBA. This is not NBA. This is a joke. I wish I could just go back to the 80s, 90s, 70s. This is just no fun. It's not even worth my time. It's not worth my time. And don't nobody love basketball like me.
I know. That is true. I
wanted to come on here and joke with you about Mario Hezonja, but I can't even do it because I can't even
I knew you were gonna say something about that. I
Yeah, I wanted to come on here and mess with you, but I can't even do it, man. It's just. Oh my God.
That's so funny, man. That's so funny. Anyway, how'd you do in baseball? Anything good? Anything decent?
No, I stacked the Rockies.
Yeah. I played a couple Rockies and they didn't do very well. Arenado, obviously he did okay for a floor, but you're hoping for a little more at that price.
Yeah.
But
you got finished with 14, right? I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, way more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had some White Sox too. I had Palka and Garcia.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I had another good night. Should be winning another like 1,200 or so by the end of the day. I stacked the Dodgers. So the Dodgers were my favorite stack of the day. But Kyle Gibson, man, like what happened, dude? I played Wood and Gibson in 2 lineups, right? I played Wood in one with Castillo, and then Gibson with Castillo in another. And like Wood could not strike anybody out for the life of him. Like I'm doing this with like really bad numbers for my pitchers. It was all the Dodgers. Dodgers, I owe you a thank you. Patio Joe, shout out to your Dodgers. I did text Joe. I texted Joe this morning and I was like, play your Dodgers. After I did the strategy session with the Nation in the morning or in the afternoon, I texted Joe and I was like, play your Dodgers.
Yeah, I like the Dodgers. I just
they
didn't.
weren't up there,
You know what I'm saying? I didn't make enough teams. I was like, I want the Rockies at low ownership.
Yeah, we know what it was, man. We actually in the strategy session we go through, we do all the profiling. That's what we do for the Wise Take Premium members. For those of you that aren't subscribed, come check it out. But we were profiling, and it was just like the Dodgers just profiled so well against King.
Whole lineup.
Everything he threw, the whole lineup. That was the problem, was narrowing out. I did tell everybody at the premium members, I did tell them to play Cody Bellinger, but like literally the entire lineup, I was like, pick whichever one you want. And then like even Muncy wasn't profiling great, but he had a small sample. I was like, no, he's fine too. He's hot. Like the sample's tiny. Like every Dodger's in play. I told him that, every Dodger. And I had never seen something like that before. I was like, of course, this was not a good night to mess up your pitching, but I just made it a priority to jam in those Dodgers. I was like, whatever I got to do, I don't care how expensive they are, I'm playing these guys. And if I could have just I would have never played C-Mart. I didn't see it, C-Mart ended up being
did he have a good game?
Guys. He had a decent game. It wasn't even that great, but it was decent. It's going to end up being probably the best point per dollar, at least for the mid-range guys. He's going to end up doing the best.
Yeah, man. His last game, he looked really good. Like, I looked at it. It was good. I was like, if he pitches like that, this stack is going to be bad. But, yeah.
And then the Cardinals, man. The Cardinals erupted, sort of. But, yeah, Molina, Gallardo went back-to-back off Ray. Ray was striking him out. He was still getting the strikeouts. He just gave up a few home runs. So,
I actually made a Cardinal stack late.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I played Eovaldi. I mean, I love Eovaldi.
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but whatever.
But but it's fine, Cash, because nobody really did great.
Yeah, no I mean,
really
what? Max only had 20. I think Kluber had 17.
Right. Those aren't like phenomenal scores. Look at that, Wood's gonna end up matching something like that. So I guess I should stop talking shit about him and just accept what I got. But anyway, the point is the nation is hot. Let's do it, Cash. Let's do it. We're gonna jump in. We have ourselves a big slate. We got 4th of July coming up. Are you doing anything 4th of July?
Yeah, I'm working.
Oh, you're working. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Very patriotic of you. Somebody got fucking working 4th of July. Your man Cash is the one busting his ass. So y'all don't have to. Keep that in mind. Show my man some love.
Yeah, it's like 150 degrees outside.
Oh, God. We're having a heat wave up here, too. And, I don't like to complain about it, though. Because you guys have that 24/7. So I try not to complain about it. It's we only get it for, little spurts at a time. You guys have that. That's just life down there. That's what that's called.
8-9 months of the year.
8-9 months of the year, yeah. That's true. Anyway, we got ourselves a 12-game slate. Not too bad. Obviously, it's big, but it's not too bad. We've had worse. And we're going to start things off with Alex Cobb of the Baltimore Orioles visiting Zach Eflin of the Philadelphia Phillies. Total in this game currently sits at 9. Philadelphia minus 165 at home. It's going to be 90 degrees, 56% humidity. Another hot and humid night on the East Coast, it looks like. All across the country, of course. What do you got here, Cash?
Cobb is cheap. That's what I got. Cobb's cheap. Zach Eflin, I'm a fan of the kid. I always like these Phillies at home, the pitchers. Isn't Machado getting hot again?
Yes.
Because that's the one one I worry about most, of course. I could have swore he had a big weekend. Oh well.
Oh, he did. Yes.
I mean, I don't know. It's a huge slate. I think he's interesting, but I'm not sure. Alex Cobb, he sucks. He's very cheap if you want to play him. These guys will strike out, but that's probably not for me. But I mean, maybe at 4.5. He did have a good game recently. But that guy sucks.
Yeah. He's a bastard, that guy. He's just, you don't really know what to do with him, man. You want to pick on him, but then he goes out there and does decent, and then you consider playing him, and he makes you regret that too. He's just a bastard. Like he put up. I mean, this
So
dude
bad,
a
man.
22 against the Braves in Atlanta.
I know.
Like
That just shows you how bad the Braves are against righties sometimes.
yeah, just troll city, and then a -4 against the Mariners. You just don't know what you're gonna get. It's a small park, good hitting environment. I will say this: the Phillies strike out a lot, but they have been striking out a little bit less because they've been hot right now. They're like on this little hot tear. They're not striking out a ton. So I think the Phillies bats are where I would lean. Eflin at 9.9's in play. I don't want to rule him out, but 9.9 is a really expensive price tag for Eflin. But he did have a really good game against the Yankees. But the Yankee lineup they rolled out there was very watered down. There was no Aaron Judge. It was I forgot what else, but it was a little watered down. So Eflin's a possibility.
I mean, he's
but the
pitched
Orioles
well, like
he has
five games in a row.
He's looked good, but to the Orioles' credit, they've been actually kind of heating up. You mentioned Machado. Trumbo's been red hot. He double-donged the other day. Mancini hit a home run. When Mancini's hitting a home run, things are turning. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when that guy with his ground ball rate, he said no more.
Paulie said Chris Davis is hot.
Chris Davis, yeah, he has been for him. Like for what he is now, yeah. But he's Eflin's still a maybe because he is talented. But we gotta look at that tomorrow. Sean Newcomb, the lefty from your hometown, A-Town all day, Atlanta Braves, visiting Domingo Germán of Paulie D's New York Yankees. Total here is 9. New York -185 at home, 83 degrees, 65% humidity. Another warm, humid night out in the Bronx. What do you got?
Well, I'm a fan of both of these guys. I love Germán. I'm sure I'm going to be playing him today against the Braves. I will go with his talent. He's uber talented. Those pitches are phenomenal. The guy's been bad 2 starts in a row, but I don't care. I will play him. 8.5. With the last 2 starts, he shouldn't be popular. I like him. Newcomb, I also like him, but it's Yankees and Yankee Stadium. Like he doesn't give up many home runs to righties or lefties. Well, no, he is giving up home runs to lefties. But, I mean, nobody. It's only going to be Didi, right? Like, is Greg Bird going to play today? He might not even play. Like, because Hicks going to bat from the right side. So it's going to be Didi. I could take Didi against him. I like Didi against lefties more than righties anyways. But, I mean, I'm probably not playing Newcomb, but I love him as a pitcher. But I bet you bet I'm be playing Germán because I'll be playing him every day. Every day he's on the hill, I'll play him.
Hey, man. I hear you, man. I think Domingo Germán very talented. The Braves were able to put up 5 runs today, but it was a grueling game. Like both these teams, it was grueling. Judge hit another home run. He's red hot. He's on another planet, but he's not from this planet, so it is what it is. I will say this: I do think Sean Newcomb is talented. There's no way that I'm paying $9K for him in Yankee Stadium. This is like the belly of the beast as far as home teams against lefties. This is like I will say that I think you can play whatever lefties are here. For instance, Didi Gregorius, I do think, especially after being chalked today, this is going to be an interesting spot. I really don't think a lot of people are going to play him lefty on lefty. And Newcomb has struggled against lefties. That's just the reality of it. I also think that the Yankees are just lefty murderers, and they're at home. I think I am going to be on the Yankees here against Newcomb. Maybe people back up because they couldn't really hit Anibal that well. And we do have, I think Coors is on this slate, right? Yeah, we have Coors on this slate with Chris Stratton, which is, we'll get into that later. But, I think right now I do like the Yankees. I think Giancarlo Stanton is going to hit a home run tomorrow. I say that knowing that he's hitting a lot of balls on the ground, and he's been hitting well, but like it's all like base hits, doubles, but I don't know. I just think he's going to hit a home run. But, yeah,
I mean, that's one thing I got right today. Fading the Yankees.
Yes. But I think I don't want any Braves bats against Domingo. It's possible, like Freddie Freeman, sure. Ozzie, sure. But I think Domingo's very talented. I think he has the capability to actually strike some Braves out. I think he could do it because it's a curveball. You know what I mean? So, like, if that thing is on, it's going to be tough. So I think Domingo is an option.
He would definitely give up power, too. So,
yeah.
Freddie Freeman, you could stack against him, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could stack against him for sure. What is it, 83 degrees?
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the talent every time. Like, his pitches I look at his pitches and I'm like, oh my god, this guy's so good.
Yes, agreed. Zach Wheeler of my New York Mets visiting Marco Estrada of the Toronto Blue Jays. Total in this game is 9. Toronto minus 127 at home. 81 degrees, 49% humidity. Maybe they open the roof. It's actually a pretty nice day in Toronto, so we'll see. But in the meantime, what do you think?
Wheeler, man, this guy goes out here every day and just pitches well. Yeah, man. In Toronto, it's hard to do it, but I think he's decent. Estrada, no, not for me. Even against the Mets, just no. I'm not gonna pitch him. Like the 1 through 4 scares me for Wheeler because you have 3 lefties and Teoscar, who's just a beast. So I don't know. I don't know. It's really close. Nobody's playing Smoke these days, though. He'll be low owned. I can promise you that. But I don't know. I don't think I want either pitcher. And I don't know about I don't want to. Nemo is probably all I'd be playing for your Mets.
Yeah, you know who the hottest hitter on the Mets is right now. You're gonna like this. Just think revenge narrative on the New York Mets.
Oh man, Joey Bats.
Joey Bats, man. He's been like one of the hottest hitters on the Mets.
Man,
going back to Toronto, baby. Against
he definitely
Marco Estrada, a reverse
He definitely knows
pitcher.
Estrada.
Yes, he does. He knows
He
Estrada.
knows Estrada, that's for sure.
Estrada does have reverse splits even this season. And Estrada also have massive fly ball rates, more hard contact to righties. There's a little narrative for that ass. We don't get him a lot in baseball that I think are worth trying, but I might have to try Joey Bats tomorrow.
I forgot all about that.
If he plays, there's no guarantee he plays. The Mets are the Mets.
He's gotta play.
I would think so.
Man.
I would think so. If Jay Bruce is still hurt, he'll be playing for sure.
Damn, Jay Bruce, he should play either way.
I agree. I want to see.
I want to see him hit a home run. I want to see the bat flip. That's what I want to see.
Yes, I would love to see that. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'm with you. The pitchers, I don't know. I'm not too sure about. Wheeler 8-1 is a little scary, man. Toronto's a pretty good offense. I prefer them against righties. And while Wheeler has been good, he's also a guy that they're very limited with his pitch count. If he's getting a little wild, they won't let him go that deep. They're very careful about not letting him get hurt again. So, I don't know, 8-1, the price increase kind of scares me. And Estrada, I'm not paying 7-4 for Estrada. I mean, I know it's the Mets, but I don't care. I'm not paying 7-4 for that dude. Nah. So I think you can look at some one-offs in here. I don't think full stacks, maybe not, but I think you can look at some one-offs. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Todd Frazier, Wilmer Flores, Batista, I don't mind some of those guys. You mix in Brandon Mo, Conforto's cheap. Maybe the Mets. I don't know.
You know you like ass dribble, too.
You know it. Ass dribble, yes. Next up, we've got Lucas Giolito of the Chicago White Sox visiting Anthony Desclafani of those Cincinnati Reds. Total here is 9.5. Cincinnati minus 185 at home. My gosh, we have some pretty incredible hitting spots. 90 degrees, 60% humidity. Another awesome hitting atmosphere in the Great American Small Park. What do you got?
If old Descalfani, that guy, if he wasn't 7'6", I would pitch him. But at 7'6", I'm probably not. He probably goes out and gets you about a 15, though. I mean, that's what he does every day. He's gonna give up probably at least 1 home run, maybe 2. But he hasn't been getting crushed. He's been decent. But I mean, in 90 degrees in this park, I probably don't play him at 7'6". If he's gonna be really low owned, I could maybe jump there, but not a very good play. And Giolito, I'll pass. Oh man, I love the Reds against Giolito. And the White Sox, they suck. But I will say, Garcia is still hot. He's hitting home runs every day. He hit a home run today at 3%. I don't think Abreu is going to play. Didn't he leave today?
I'm not sure.
I think he left the game today early.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
yeah, I like the Reds here.
Yeah, I agree, man. One thing I will say, like initially, I like the Reds because I think that I want to believe they're pretty good. James Shields really, really challenged that today, though. My thought
Hey
process.
man, I told you James
Yeah.
Shield is good.
Hey,
Man,
man.
switch his release points. Guy's been good.
Yeah, man. No, no, no. I completely agree. Me and Paulie were talking about that earlier. It's I by push come to shove, I ended up backing off them completely because of that. He's just too good. Like whether he's getting strikeouts or not, like he's getting the job done.
Yeah, they
But
graded out so well, but I
I
didn't
know,
play any of them either.
I know. Desclafani is interesting. Like he used to have K upside. Since coming back, I don't know. He's kind of flashed it, but with a 7.9% swinging strike rate, that worries me a little bit, like because that's how you beat the White Sox. If you can't strike guys out, the White Sox will hit you. Like when they get a chance to hit a ball, like they're gonna hit it. The problem is a lot of the time they don't get very many chances to hit it because they swing and miss. So this one's kind of on the fence, man. Like he's got a 44% hard contact rate. That's kind of scary, like
He's given up almost 2 home runs per nine
he's
to
got a
both hands.
50% hard contact rate to righties. You know,
I know. I mean, yeah. I would only play him if he's low owned. Like
right,
I
right.
wouldn't. Like he should be though. Like nobody wants to play this guy.
Yeah, I know. I
I
mean,
just wish
maybe.
he was like. I wish he was like almost 1,000 cheaper. Like if he was 6'6", then
Oh yeah, people
I
would
would
play
like
him
it
then.
much more.
Yeah. No, I agree. I will say this about Giolito. I think Paulie played him in his last contest. In the first inning, this dude walked the bases loaded and then didn't get touched after that. He got out of it and then
Yeah,
didn't get touched the rest of the game. It was.
he's been good 2 games in a row.
Have you seen his actual hard contact rates this season? It's like crazy low.
For the
27.7% to lefties and 28.8% to righties. Isn't that weird? Like how do you have a 397 WOBA and a 220 ISO to lefties and only a 27% hard contact rate?
yeah, it's hard contact to both is less than 30.
It's crazy, right? It's like
It's a
maybe
lot of
there's something
medium
to it.
contact.
A lot of medium contact, yes, and a lot of walks too. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, 13.2%. That's highest on the slate
yeah.
by a
He
lot.
likes the walk. I'll tell you, man. I think it was against the Twins. He walked the bases loaded in the first inning, and you just thought like, here it comes. He's about to get tanked. Yeah, and then it's just like he got out of it, and then he just didn't struggle the rest of the
Yeah,
game. He just
yeah. He only had one walk for the rest of the game.
that's it. Just went into this thing. Anyway, Ryan Yarbrough of the Tampa Bay Rays visiting Trevor Richards of the Miami Marlins. Total in this game is not available, nor is the money line. I guess they were late to announce the starter, so I guess they're not going to do the Stanek or the Ramo, whatever. Like they just got Ryan Yarbrough
Yeah,
straight up. Like he's starting today.
yeah. I, I would say I wish he wasn't because it always lowers their ownership. Yarbrough's a guy that I could pitch here for sure because I like him. It didn't work today with oh boy, Eovaldi. Of course it didn't because it usually doesn't unless I can't play him because he's not on the slate. And then he goes for 35. But I think Yarbrough's interesting here. Trevor Richards. Both of these teams suck. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. Both of these offenses suck. So, I mean, you could come to either pitcher, but I just don't know, man. Like Trevor Richards almost put up a 30 in cores. Like, so he has upside, but I don't know. I don't want to pitch either one of these guys, really.
Yeah, I mean they're not exciting. We do have to, like you said, we gotta like pay really close attention because this is two bad teams. So like we don't want to miss the boat. I'll say this: the Marlins have been striking out more against lefties, which is a little strange, but they kind of have. Well, depending on the lineup, they have a lineup that they can. We'll see what lineup we get, but surprisingly, JT Realmuto has a 28.6% strikeout rate against lefties this season. I did not think that was the case. Because against I know don't get me wrong. I know he likes righties better, but I didn't think he was at a level because he don't really strike out against righties. I didn't think it was that level where he's striking out that much. Dietrich a 33.8% K rate against lefties. I think that Yarbrough is a consideration. I don't love him I don't think he's great. Like he doesn't have a ton of stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to play this guy. But he is cheap, and I have the feeling that we're gonna want some cheap guys. Richards at 7.5. I mean, he just seems too expensive to me, doesn't he? Doesn't it just seem too expensive? The Rays are much better at home, but 7.5 is like, come on, dude.
Well, I mean, they put him there because dude almost got a 30 in cores.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, I got to admit that was some craziness. But I mean, then he just played Arizona and gave up 3 earned runs and
sucked.
Did nothing. He sucked against Baltimore. Baltimore beat him up. If Baltimore's beating you up, you got issues. You know what I mean?
Dude sucks.
Yeah, he sucks. I agree.
But he can come on and have good games. Like half his games are decent, half his games he's just terrible.
And the Rays suck. The Rays do suck.
Yeah. Both of them suck.
We have very good analysis right here. I like this.
It's a huge park, and both offenses suck.
It's just a huge suck fest right here. That's what this is right here. Excuse me. But yeah, I think Yarbrough is 6'2". I think is a little bit more attractive. I will acknowledge Richards has the upside, but at 7.5, it kind of leaves me hanging, so to speak. Both offenses suck. Yeah, I agree. Next up, we've got Dallas Keuchel of the Houston Astros visiting Austin's Bibbins Dirks, the new ace of the Texas Rangers. That's just a joke, of course. Total here is 10.5. Texas plus 150 at home. 103 degrees, Cash. 103 degrees. 20% humidity. It's not that humid. We only have 7 mile per hour winds blowing in. So we don't have as much as that, that good wind blowing in for that wind tunnel shit or whatever. What do you think?
What I think is Austin Bibbins Dirk, who I have played almost every start he's made so far in the majors. Dude is 22.2 innings. 22 and 2/3 innings. He's only given up 1 home run. Dude has pitched at home 2 of those games. 1 against Kansas City, 1 against San Diego. So we're not talking about the most powerful teams. He's actually faced the Royals twice. I mean, it's 103 degrees. It's 103 degrees against the Astros. So I don't think he's a very good play. He is the cheapest pitcher on the slate. He is decent. I'm not saying the guy is that good, but he can come out and strike guys out. He did walk 4 last game, but he had a good game. He's really cheap. I'm not going to play him because it's 103 degrees. And last time Keuchel was in Texas, they rocked him. I believe he got negative fantasy points. Mm-hmm. And it's 103 degrees. I'm not pitching Keuchel. He is cheap. Not doing it. I would much rather have all the offense I can get in 103 degree temperature in a hitter's park. They really need to make this park bigger since they're playing in 103 degrees every freaking day.
I completely agree. Super high total in this game, obviously. I don't want any part of Keuchel. He's had big games there in the past, but the last 2 games he's had there just weren't very good. I think that's more of the Keuchel we're seeing. His strikeout upside has severely diminished, and in this atmosphere, that can get him in trouble.
And he's better at home, usually.
Yes, like a lot of those guys. The one thing he's got going for him is he's a lefty. I prefer to play Chu, Mazzara, Odor, Gallo, and those guys aren't as good against lefties. That's the one thing he's got going for him. But Beltre does have BVP. He is only 3.8 on DraftKings. He's in play. This Jerickson Profar guy really turned it up. Robinson Chirinos is red hot. And Elvis Andrus, he has upside. He hasn't shown it since coming back from injury, but we know it's there somewhere. At least it was last year. So I don't want to pitch Keuchel, but I don't know how much I want to pick on him either. Chirinos definitely kind of seems like a solid one. As hot as he's been. I will say this, the Rangers do hit the sinker ball very well. The thing is, they typically hit it a lot better against righties. Go ask Dylan Covey. And it also Bibbins Dirks at 4.4. If it was against the Padres or the White Sox, I'm there. But against the Astros, they're just too damn good. Austin's Bibbins Dirks has a higher swinging strike rate than Dallas Keuchel. How's that for food for thought? Mm-hmm.
The kid is pretty damn good. And the thing I like about him is that he will throw a lot of pitch. They will let him go. He'll throw 100.
Yeah.
But the best two plays here are the two catchers. It's Chirinos and Gaddis. That's my
Right.
two favorite plays in this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Evan Starks did the dirty to the Padres. But yeah, Houston bats definitely in play for sure. George Springer has a little P tag next to his name. I know that puts a smile on Cash's face. The way that he's been hitting this year. Bregman has been red hot. Yeah, obviously, Houston's definitely in play with a 6-punt total. Next up, we've got Chris Stratton of the San Francisco Giants visiting Antonio Senzatella of the Colorado Rockies. Total of this game is 12. Colorado minus 125. At home, 91 degrees in Coors Field. What do you think, Cash?
Yeah, it was 92 today, or actually 93, I think. And yeah, they sucked. But it's okay. It was low owned, so I'm cool with it. Sensatella did, like, what did he do in rehab? I can't believe they sent John Gray to the minors for this asshole. The guy's not very good. Neither is Chris Stratton. Chris Stratton is better, but it's over 90 degrees in Coors. Chris Stratton just got his butt handed to him in San Francisco by this same team. While the Rockies was low owned today, they will not be low owned tonight. They should be popular. They just killed this kid in the best pitching park in baseball. I think they're going to be uber chalk, and I'll be fading them. And they probably go off today when they was low on. They suck today. So, I don't know. All the Rockies are in play, and all the Giants are in play, because if they get to Sensatella, who sucks, their bullpen is absolute garbage. So, both of these bats are very, very good today.
Yeah, man. It looks like he did okay in the minors. Obviously he's in Coors, and the Giants they're back to their not striking out phase. I think that Brandon Belt, Crawford, the typical guys, Alan Henson if he's leading off, Joe Panic. I think they're all fine plays. They're obviously very expensive. So I'd like to try to either find some cheap pitchers or try to find some cheaper stacks. But the Rockies do look like they are in a pretty good spot. They've hit Stratton pretty well in the past, even in San Francisco. So I would imagine we see a similar result. Charlie Blackmon 4 for 9 with a homer. Arenado 3 for 8 with a homer. Trevor Story doesn't have a homer, but he's 3 for 6. Again, it's not a huge sample. Stratton's young, but he has been hit by these guys before. And this time it's in Coors, 90 degrees. It was disappointing today, but going from Mad Bumgarner, going from Madison, well, yeah, I guess I was right, but it sounded funny. Going from Madison Bumgarner to Chris Stratton has got to be like, I don't know, man, like benching 500 pounds to like lifting up the bar. Like it's got to be something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference. So, the Rockies are in play for sure, like you said. Next up, we've got Shane, the Belieber Bieber of the Cleveland Indians, visiting Danny, the Duff Stuff Duffy of the Kansas City Royals. Total here is 8.5. Kansas City plus 190 at home, 85 degrees, 65% humidity. The Indians have a stigma for being bad on the road, but these last 2 games, they've been able to score some runs. They scored like 15 against Oakland the day before. Then, obviously, Lindor had a double-dong day with a grand slam. What do you think, man? Danny Duffy, on the other hand, Danny Duffy. Is this the resurgence of Danny Duffy? Are we getting
Lindor had a grand slam tonight?
I believe he hit a grand slam, and then he hit a solo shot later on, yes.
Well, ain't that a...
He had a monster day. 40 DraftKings points, I think he had.
Well, that sucks. That's when you have Trevor Story with 2, I believe. I don't know. Danny Duffy's been so freaking good. So good. He actually was better in Houston the day, 5 days after he pitched on. Oh man, he's been so freaking good. And Bieber is so good as well. But you get a $3,600 savings with Danny Duffy. He's a lefty. Oh man, I have a feeling I'm gonna like Danny Duffy today, and that is really scary. It's 85 degrees. I don't know. He's been so good for 6K for a team I'm not scared of on the road. I mean, even if they've had a couple good games in a row, I'm still not scared to attack them. Ugh, I don't know. It's a tournament play for sure. And Bieber has been really good. 9-6 is a price to pay though. I probably don't want any bats though. I don't think I'll be playing either bats in this game.
Man,
This Bieber guy. He's the cousin of Bieber the singer too. That's I didn't know that to begin
is he
with.
really?
Yeah, he's the cousin
For
of
real?
whatever. I don't even know the guy's first name. What is the kid's first name? Justin.
Bieber.
Okay. I don't know
They're
Bieber.
cousins?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
shit. I thought I was just making a joke. I didn't realize they were really related. I mean, it was an obvious
think
joke,
so.
but wow. Shane Bieber. So he is a believer.
And this guy's good, man.
He is good. He is good. And the Royals are not.
No.
I know that Kluber didn't have the greatest time with them, but Kluber's just been off this year. He's just been kind of funky. Bieber is the now. Like Bieber is what's hip. You know. But yeah, Duffy is interesting at 6K, man. He has been good. His numbers are just so shitty. But before these last two games where Cleveland figured out how to score, they did play in Oakland, another bad park for hitting, and they scored like one run in each game. Like they really do struggle on the road typically. But yeah, I think that I'd rather go to the other offenses either way. For show. Next up,
he's gonna see a ton of righties.
Yes.
That's what sucks. Because all these guys are switch hitters.
Yes. But most of them you prefer against righties, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah. I like them all better from the left side of the plate, but still, I mean,
Right.
Danny Duffy give all the power to righties. Like Jose Ramirez, Lindor, they'll both hit it out on the right side. E5, I mean, we all know that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's tough.
It is certainly tough. Next up, we got Clayton Richard, the lefty from the San Diego Padres, visiting Chris Bassett of the Oakland Athletics. Total here is 8, Oakland minus 145 at home. What do you think, Cash?
I don't know. I like lefties against Oakland, and San Diego sucks, so I like Bassett as well. I think he's decent. I like the pitchers. I don't want to mess with no offense. It's 68 degrees here. Like, why would I play offense at 68 degrees in a pitcher's park? I'll just pass, and I'll look to both of these pitchers to maybe pitch them.
There's some funny in the chat. Yeah, Clayton Richard, man, he had like one bad game, but aside from that, he's been pretty good. His price came down to 6.8. It's not a phenomenal price, but
that bad game was in Texas too.
Right? Yeah,
freaking 100 degrees.
Give him a break against the Rangers, who actually have been pretty hot, especially at home. They've been playing well at home. I like Clayton Richard here. He's not a big, huge strikeout guy anyway, so this kind of ballpark is perfect for him. He would love to get that extra foul ball territory. It's just a quicker out for him, keep his pitch count low. He would love that, you know. So I think at 6.8, Clayton Richard is definitely an option. I know Oakland is a team I like to play on the road. They have been playing better against lefties lately. Chad Pinder has been pretty hot. Some of these other guys look like Matt Chapman may return to the lineup. But I still think that Clayton Richard is decent. He's got a solid ground ball rate. Like he had one bad game, and like you said, that was in Texas. I think that Clayton Richard is an option here in this big ballpark. Chris Bassett, I know it is the Padres, but I don't think I can play him. I don't know. I don't know, man. He's kind of expensive. Doesn't have a ton of strikeout upside, and like similar to the White Sox. Like if you don't strike the Padres out, like they will hit you. It's not like like they will. Like if you're not punching them out, they can hit you. But he hasn't gotten beaten up all that bad, despite his ridiculously high hard contact rates, and he does have a good park. So at 6.3, we're looking for a cheap option. I guess he's not the worst option in the world. May have to dig in on him a little bit more tomorrow.
He ain't the best option in the world.
He's not. But it is the Padres. He's got that going for him. Jack Flaherty of the St. Louis Cardinals visiting Zach Greinke of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Total here is 7.5. Arizona minus 140. Roof will be closed because it's going to be hot as balls in Phoenix. What do you got, Cash?
Greinke has a 27.5% K rate to righties this year. And it's good to lefties as well. Oh, man. The roof will be closed for sure, right?
Yeah, it's got me.
Probably going to be 110 degrees here.
Yeah.
Greinke's been good. I mean, I like Greinke here. I know that the Cardinals will strike out. He's been really good against righties. He's going to see a ton of them. So I think he's a good option, but he's expensive. And Flaherty is... Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I mean, Flaherty is much better against righties. I don't know. I mean, I would think I'd rather play Greinke over Flaherty. They're almost the same price. Flaherty's expensive, and he's going to see a lot of lefties. I mean, he's not terrible, but his K percentage is really high against righties, and against lefties, not.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. I think I would lean towards Greinke.
Oh, but Peralta came back. Not Peralta. What's his name?
Pollock.
Pollock
came back. Yeah,
Pollock came back tonight.
He did.
So that's gonna take Dyson out of the lineup, and that'll take one lefty out, and there'll be one more righty.
Mm-hmm. He's a good righty, though.
Oh, very good. Yes, very good. But he is coming back off an injury, so
he is. Yeah, I agree. I think I would lean Greinke with you. Flaherty, I think, is very talented, but there are going to be a good amount of lefties who are pretty stubborn, I'll say, at the plate. His strikeout upside, like you mentioned, significantly drops. If we do happen to get, like sometimes the Diamondbacks do wacky things. If we do happen to get extra righties in here, I think Flaherty is an option. And like you already know, if Greinke's pitching, that Jeff Mathis is going to catch. So they're already halfway towards the death squad that they like to put out.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, that's like facing a pitcher. Like, Jeff Mathis is pretty much like facing a pitcher, so that's almost a guaranteed 4 strikeouts if Greinke stays in long enough to face him twice.
Yes, that's a good point. That is a good point.
So he has a floor of 4 strikeouts.
He does. And Seymour did actually pitch well against the D-backs, so maybe that's something we'll dig into tomorrow. But I still think initially I would side with Greinke because he should see a good amount of righties, and even if the lefties do play, it's Colton Wong and Greg Garcia. Those are the only guys that really throw out there. Maybe Dexter Fowler. But that dude has just been a shell of himself. So yeah, I think that I lean towards Greinke. He seems a little bit more safe. He's been dominant against righties, and you should see a lot more righties. But I do think that we have to dig in a little more on Flaherty because Flaherty does have a nice, impressive 12.5% swinging strike rate, and he's been lethal against righties. Plus, we got Jeff Mathis in there, halfway to the death squad. We'll take a look at that tomorrow. Next up, we got Andrew Heaney, the lefty from the Los Angeles Angels, visiting Wade LeBlanc, the lefty from the Seattle Mariners. Total here is 8.5 Seattle, minus 113 at home, 74 degrees, 47% humidity. What do you got?
I'll pass on the pitching here. I'm not gonna take a lefty against either one of these teams. It's a pitcher's park, so this will be low owned with all the good stuff we got going on. It's not hot here. It's only 74 degrees. The wind is blowing in slightly a little bit. But I still don't want either pitcher. I will take the bats here against these two lefties. I'm not scared of either one. I like the bats, especially Nelson Cruz. Love Nelson Cruz against a lefty all the time, every time. And yeah, Trout, Upton, all these guys, except Pujols. Never play Pujols against a lefty. He is terrible against lefties. But yeah, I like the bats here, even though it's not the greatest environment.
Yeah, I do like the Seattle side especially. I like Seattle against lefties. Nelson Cruz, like you mentioned, Mitch Haniger, who has been hot. Ryan Healy has been a little cold, but we know against lefties he's got the power. And of
Kyle
course,
Seager will double dong.
Kyle Seager, that's what he does against lefties all of a sudden this year. I don't know what happened, but he became their best hitter against lefties just
I mean,
overnight.
he's always been good against him and Cano. That's why I loved to play him against lefties.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
The last couple of years, because
Yeah.
both of them hit lefties, but now he's really hitting for power against them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's crushing it. And our boy, Mike Zunino, if he plays. Love that dude against lefties. Although this year he's actually been hitting more against righties. I think that'll balance out by the end of the year. I think he's going to start mashing lefties, and he needs the perfect guy. I made a mistake and played him in a spot where I will admit I shouldn't have. But even though this is a better ballpark, I like Seattle against lefties. They're just lethal. Heaney gives up a lot of fly balls, a lot of homers, and Wade LeBlanc at 7-1. The Angels were kind of disappointing when they were on the East Coast, man. They had some really good ballparks, and they didn't do a ton. And so it's tough for me to want to play them against a lefty where they have struggled in Seattle. I don't necessarily know if I want to... I don't think I could play Wade LeBlanc at 7-1 against a team that doesn't strike out. But maybe like a Trout, Upton, and kind of leave it alone. The rest of these guys have just been disappointing to me. Although if Chris Young plays, that could be an interesting value play. He's one guy that can't hit lefties. But
Yeah, he's really cheap, but give me Valbuena for 200 more.
That guy, I have played that guy way too much this year. That guy has been killing. Well, I mean, I've been doing well, don't get me wrong, but that dude's been killing me, man. He really has. And like I thought about it, and I'm like, what's this guy gonna hit? Like 10 home runs this year, and I'm gonna play him every day to like get all 10 of them. Like I'm gonna be broke by the time that, you know what I mean? But
no, but yeah, I mean it's Trout and Upton, like you said, and then maybe Simmons, but Simmons is expensive.
Yeah, for him.
But he's been good, man. He's been really good. Like he's almost a lock to not get you a zero. Like this guy rarely gets zeros.
That's true. You know who's been good? Martin Maldonado.
Yeah, no,
that dude's been good.
He has.
Yeah,
for sure. In Boston, I think he had 2 home runs in that series, maybe 3.
He did.
Yeah,
he had fun out there. This is a bigger park, though, of course.
He's cheap, but both these guys is cheap. Like Zunino, like you said, he's kind of like Gallo this year. Like he's home run or bust. He was the same last year, except last year he was hitting more home runs.
Yeah, definitely. Last game on the slate, Ivan Nova of the Pittsburgh Pirates visiting Patio Joe's Los Angeles Dodgers, and Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers, who are winning me a good amount of money tonight. Thank you, Dodgers. We cool. You made up for the Kenta Maeda fiasco. 73 degrees, 68% humidity. 58% humidity. In LA, big city of dreams. What do you got here, Cash?
What I got is no way I'll play Nova against this team. 0 chance of that. I like Dodgers again here today. And Clayton Kershaw, I never play. I haven't played him all of last year. Played him one time last year, and he screwed me. And I never play him, ever. I will not play him here. I don't give a damn if he's cheap. I don't care. I don't care that I like lefty against Pittsburgh on the road. I don't care about that either. I don't play Clayton Kershaw, and I just don't give a shit. There you go. You play him, fine. He's a good play. He's been one of the best pitchers ever. I don't ever play him, and I don't care. I will lose. I don't play Clayton Kershaw, ever.
Yeah, I don't think I can play Kershaw either, man. The price went up. He's looked decent, and the Pirates are a pretty dismal offense, but at 12K, I didn't see a cheap guy that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to rock with this guy. It's going to balance out Kershaw's price. I didn't see that. So I think I would rather take my chances with a Flaherty or a Greinke if I was going to pay up at all. And then there's even like the Shane Bieber out there against the Royals. There's other places to go. There's cheaper options that we like maybe some more mid-tier option-ish kind of guys like Zach Eflin that we can look at. So I think that I think I'm with you. I'm not really on the Kershaw train. That could come back to bite me, but
oh yeah, it definitely can because he's not that expensive.
Right.
But I don't do it, and you know what I do? I play lefties against him. While he strikes them out, he gives up massive power to lefties. I like Meadows. Polanco is on fire. I'll play him. I'll play Dickerson as one-offs. I'm not trying to stack these guys. But I will play him as one-offs trying to catch these home runs because I guarantee you somebody hits a home run off of Clayton Kershaw tomorrow, and it's most likely going to be a lefty because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Dude's giving up 2.3 home runs per nine to lefties, same as last year. Last year he got blasted by lefties as well. He's turned into a reverse splits pitcher. And he's getting blasted. He's either going to strike out the lefty or it's going over the wall.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I think I could go back to some of these Dodgers. I don't know if they're going to profile quite as well as they did today, but I think Ivan Nova is a sinker baller. I think we may be able to. I do know some of these Dodgers hit the sinker well. Jock Peterson, Grandal, Bellinger, just to name a few. And they're just hot right now, man. They're just really hot. I know they had that one kind of hiccup of a game, but they've just been red hot. I mean, 17 runs right now. 17 runs right now.
All the lefties. They have 17 tonight?
Yeah, 17-1 is the
Oh
score.
my god, I sure wish I would have stacked them.
Murky Park City.
All the
Johnson.
lefties here. I'm probably not trying to pick on them with righties, but
Agreed.
All the lefties.
Agreed. And yeah, and then like the lefties are the guy you like to play. The guys you like to play anyway. You know, like Jock Peterson, Cody Bellinger, Freak Mode, Max Muncy, Grandal. Like these are all guys that hit from the left side of the play anyway.
I've been doing it for years.
Let's keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. And that is going to do it for the game-by-game breakdown. If you haven't already checked us out at wisestake.com, I don't know what you're waiting for. The nation has been hot. I think I won 16 yesterday. Gonna win. I'm up to 1350 right now so far. Nice, pretty good solid last couple of days. I feel like the nation in general, as a community, has just won a crap ton of money this baseball. It's just been awesome, and it's a shame too because I know that less people play baseball. Like it's not nearly as popular as basketball, and like. It's just so baseball is just so profitable. It's ridiculous. It's been a great baseball season for me personally. I know for Paulie, for the entire nation in general. Like we've got guys who never played baseball before who came here and they're winning more in baseball than they've won in any other sport. But anyway, guys, enough of that. Come check us out. $2.50 all it costs to rock with us for a day pass. Tomorrow we will have a strategy session. We do those during the week when there's no early slate. So we will not have one on 4th of July. Tomorrow is the last strategy session until I think either Thursday or Friday, one of those days. But anyway, around 1:30 p.m. Eastern, check the Twitter at @wise_take for updates. We will basically, one of us will break down the slate. We'll share our screen, go through all the profiles, do the research with you, get our interpretation, plus make your own judgments based off what you see for yourself. And there's a chat. You can talk it out with the other members. You can communicate with whoever's running the stream. But hey, that's how we found the Dodgers today. Earlier, guys, we profiled. I told you guys on the live stream. Those of you that did watch the strategy session, I did it today. We saw it. We saw the best profile we've seen in a while. It was for the Dodgers, and so it's definitely. Is it going to work every time like that? Not necessarily, but hey, it worked today. And hopefully, you listen to everybody because I think pretty much everybody mentioned the Dodgers in some facets. So hopefully, you got a piece of that. And if not, hey, that's the great thing about baseball. It's every day. You get another crack at it tomorrow. Tomorrow on Tuesday, you will get CashinDFS GPP article. No cheat sheets from Cam. He's in Dominican Republic doing his thing. On his way to being a doctor, apparently. You got to live it up once in a while. That's the part. He's got to learn how to live it big before he start being a doctor, making all that money. He's got to learn how to live it. You know what I'm saying? He's got to learn how to do it. So he's in Dominican learning how to do it. How to learn how to live like a king. But we will have Johnny's Cash Game article. We'll have a Y stream. I mentioned the strategy session. The expert poll, which has been awesome. Like 2 or 3 of our guys will fill it out, and you'll get like basic answers to 8 awesome questions, like key questions, like who's your favorite cash game pitcher, GPP stack. You get from like 3 different experts all in one spot. And of course, the Y stream, our flagship show, hour and a half before lock for premium members. After everybody's done their research, you'll get the full breakdown of the games and find out who the analysts are actually on and ask questions and all that good stuff before lock, about 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Great time to check us out. $2.50, all it costs to try us out. We have other options, monthly, yearly, all that stuff. If you want to save some dough, it's worth it. Trust me. It's an investment. Trust me. Cash, time for some top threes, man. Who's your top 3 pitchers on this 12-game slate?
Herman is number 1 for sure. No question about it. Oh man, it's between Bieber or Duffy in the same game. I'll say Duffy because my next option is Greinke. So that's 2 expensive options, 1 cheap option.
I like it. I like it. I will go with Grinky. I will go with Clayton Richard. And
Oh
I'll
shit, I
go.
forgot about him.
He did. He did.
I like him a lot.
And I will go with the Belieber. I mean, I just found out this dude is cousins with Justin freaking Bieber, man. I gotta go with Biebs, man. I'm a Belieber, bro. Let's do it. Top 3 stacks. What do you got?
Man. Top 3 stacks, huh? I mean, Coors is Coors. It's awesome. I'm not gonna say it. Oh man. There's so many.
Oh my god!
I will
my head
say.
Is just looking at it, I'm like, oh.
I'm gonna say Seattle. I'm gonna say the Dodgers, and I'm gonna say. Damn. Texas.
Whew. It's a tough decision, man. Like, you know, when you're like, yeah, you can start spewing them off, but when you're on that last one, it's like, who's it gonna be? I got room for one more. I'm gonna go with the Yankees. I will go with the Houston Astros, who I do expect to be pretty popular, and then I'm gonna go with the Dodgers. I'm gonna go right back to the Dodgers against Nova with all those lefties. And that is good. Oh, Don watch time. My bad. Who's sitting home run tomorrow, Cash?
Nelson Cruz.
I like that. That does a do's. I will go with. I would go right back to Cody Bellinger.
Evan Gaddis.
I like that call as well. I will go to. Give me Giancarlo Stanton.
I would love to say Moncada, but this guy, freaking garbage. Who do I want? Christian Yelich is not gonna play. I will say Alex Bregman.
Oh yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go with Gleber, not the Belieber, but Gleber Torres of the New York Yankees.
Giancarlo Stanton's ISO is 404.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, buddy.
And that is going to do it for the Why Sake DFS podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a like and a share to support the Why Sake Nation. If you're watching on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow, give us a retweet, all that good shit. And if you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Help us up those charts. All these things really help us out. All we're asking you to do is show us some love. It'll keep the show going, keep the show free, and we're able to provide you this nightly gold, DFS gold, or at the very least a little bit of entertainment for you. But anyway, guys, show us some love. We appreciate it. It means a lot. It helps to keep us going. Cash, anything in closing before we get up out of here?
Damn. I wish I could play Aguilar today against Odorizzi. Yeah, the NBA sucks. I was looking forward to the NBA. Now it just sucks.
Yes, that is true. Well, don't worry. At some point, we're going to have an off-season podcast for the NBA, for those of you NBA fans out there. And I'm going to let you go out there and just rant about all of these NBA moves. I'm just going to sit there with all the ones that I think will irritate you the most. And I'm just going to read them one by one. That's what I'm going to do. But anyway, Nation, like I said, it's a great time to come rock with us. We're hot right now. I'm telling you. I personally have won, I think, 3 Gs in the last 2 days. And you know what that's called? That's called Monday. That's what that's called. So get used to it, like Paulie always says. That's what we do. For CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.